In 2014, a 92-year-old man passed away in a quiet town. His name was Ronald Read, and to his neighbors, he was just a simple janitor. He lived a life of total obscurity, sweeping floors and working at a gas station. No one knew the incredible secret he was hiding from everyone. But when the news of his death broke, the entire world was stunned. This humble man had left behind a fortune worth over $8 million. People asked, how could a man who earned so little accumulate so much? The answer lies in a story of discipline, patience, and silent, steady growth. Ronald Read was not a lucky gambler or a lottery winner. He was a master of the long game, a man who understood value over flash. Today, yet we explore the life of the millionaire janitor and the powerful financial lessons he left for us all to learn and apply to our lives. Ronald was born into a humble family and knew the value of hard work. He served his country as a soldier during the Second World War. After the war, he returned home to work as a gas station attendant for decades. He was a man of few words and even fewer luxuries. He was known for his extreme frugality, often wearing an old, tattered coat held together by safety pins because he refused to waste any single penny. His meals were simple, often just a basic breakfast or a sandwich. He lived so modestly that locals sometimes thought he was struggling to get by. In fact, kind strangers would occasionally offer to pay for his meals at the local diner, never imagining the millions he actually had in the bank. While others were buying new cars and expensive clothes, Ronald was quietly reading the newspaper and looking for companies that would stand the test of time. He didn't care about impressing people he didn't like with money he didn't have. What he cared about his future and the impact he would eventually leave. His secret weapon was not a high-speed trading algorithm or insider information. It was the most powerful force in the financial universe, the magic of compounding. For over 50 years, Ronald bought shares of high-quality companies and he never sold them. He planted small seeds and let them grow into giant trees. He didn't chase the latest trends or get scared when the market crashed. He stayed the course, knowing that time was his greatest and most loyal ally. He focused on boring, reliable companies that paid dividends. Every time he received a check, he reinvested it to buy even more shares of those companies. This cycle continued for decades, turning small amounts of money into a massive tidal wave of wealth that grew silently behind the walls of his home. While the world focused on quick wins, Ronald played the long game. He understood that wealth is built through consistency rather than through one big strike. As Warren Buffett famously said, the stock market is a device for transferring money from the impatient people to those who have the courage to wait. When Ronald passed away, his will revealed his true heart. He didn't keep the money for himself. He gave almost all of it back to others. He donated $6 million to his local library and hospital. These were places that had served him and his neighbors throughout his long, quiet life. A man who spent his days cleaning floors and pumping gas ended up funding medical breakthroughs and providing thousands of books for the next generation's education. His gift transformed the small town forever, ensuring that his legacy would live on in the lives of every person who walked through those local doors. He proved that you don't need a high-paying job to become wealthy, that you need a high-quality mindset and the discipline to live below your actual means. Ronald's story is a reminder that true wealth is what you do not see. It is the freedom you build by choosing patience over instant gratification. He lived with dignity and died with purpose, leaving a mark on the world far greater than any billionaire who spent their fortune on empty vanity. The janitor who became a millionaire is a hero for the common man, showing us that our current circumstances do not define our ultimate financial destiny. So, what can we learn from Ronald Read? It starts with the understanding that it's not about how much you earn, but how much you keep. Start small, but start today. Invest in your future self and give your money the time it needs to work for you while you are sleeping. Avoid the trap of social comparison. You don't need to look rich to be wealthy. In fact, looking poor can sometimes be the ultimate power move. Patience is a superpower in a world that is obsessed with speed. Those who can wait for the harvest will always outlast those who eat. Remember that every dollar you save and invest is a seed for a future tree. Don't cut down your forest before it has time to grow. Look at your life through the lens of decades, not days. The small, boring choices you make today will determine the massive results you see tomorrow. Wealth is a tool for impact, not just for comfort. Think about the legacy you want to leave behind and how you can help your community. Success doesn't always roar. Sometimes it's the quietest person in the room who is making the biggest moves and building the most significant, lasting empire. Be the quiet janitor of your own life. Work hard, stay humble, and let your results speak for themselves when the time finally comes to shine. Thank you for joining us on this journey. Hit subscribe to Motivational Tales for more stories that inspire you to build the life you truly deserve.